It's the most stupidest grand day of them all. It's time for SuckleMania, the most stupidest two-night event in SuckleMania history. It airs live Saturday night, April 2nd. It airs live Sunday night, April 3rd at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas-Fort Worth, Metro City of Arlington, Texas. It airs only on Peacock and the WWE Network. On Saturday Night 1, you'll see the defending SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, defended against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic face off against The Miz and YouTube's Logan Paul. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch defends her Raw Women's title against Bianca Belair. Seth Rollins faces off against the returning of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. SmackDown Women's Champion, the Queen Bitch, Charlotte Flair, defends their SmackDown Women's title against Ronda Rousey. And then you'll see the Kevin Owens Talk Show, the KO, with his guest, the return of Texas' own Stone Cold Steve Austin. And after that, you'll see him and Austin go one-on-one in a no-holds-barred match in a main event. On Sunday night, you'll see the New Day face off against Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch. Fatal 4-way women's tag team match for the World Wrestling Entertainment women's tag team titles. You'll see the defending World Wrestling Entertainment women's tag team champions Kamala and Queen Zelina defend them to face off against Sasha Banks, the blue hair bitch, and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Sami Zayn faces off against Jackass star Johnny Knoxville in an Anything Goes match. Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro defend their titles against the Street Profits against Alpha Academy in a triple threat tag team match. Edge will face off against AJ Styles. Almost faces off against the return of the almighty prick Bobby Lashley. Pat McAfee faces off against Austin Theory. And last but not least, it's the main event. It's the winner-take-all match when both titles unify. The World Wrestling Entertainment Championship and the Universal Championship. You'll see the defending World Wrestling Entertainment Champion Brock Lesnar face off against defending Universal Champion Roman Reigns. And you'll see something else. Country music singers Brantley Gilbert and Jesse James Decker perform America the Beautiful, leading off the event on Saturday night and Sunday night. And you'll see DJ Valentino Khan, who have musical performances on both nights. So don't miss it. Be a part of the most stupidest two-night event in SuckleMania history. It's SuckleMania with live Saturday night, April 2nd, and Sunday night, April 3rd at the AT&T Stadium in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex City of Arlington, Texas. It airs only on Peacock and the WWE Network.
Well. Well, what can I say about SuckleMania 38 last night? It's 1:40 a.m. right now in Indianapolis, where I am right now. It's 1:40 in the morning. I mean, it's 12:40 in the morning right now in Indianapolis, right now. Where I am, where I am. It's midnight. I know all of you heard me do my little Vince McMahon impression. You heard the original thing from WrestleMania when it was called the World Wrestling Federation. Now it's WWE, World's Worst Wrestling Entertainment. And what can I say about WrestleMania 38 last night and on Saturday night? All I can say, this was the most terrible, the best and worst WrestleMania I've ever watched. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, this was both horrible and good at the same time. I mean, I cannot go over WrestleMania 38. I mean, this is not good at all. This is complete BS. I don't know why I'm watching this shit no more. I mean, let's start off with WrestleMania 38. Night one of the show. Night one. I saw the show kicked off with the show began with the country music singers. What's their name? I'm just mentioning the country music singers that did America the Beautiful. What are their names? We're just mentioning shit, man. Country music singers that sing America the Beautiful. I'm trying to figure out what were their names. Just mention them. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Country singers country singer Brantley Gilbert sung. Yeah, country music singer Brantley Gilbert sung "America Beautiful" in the opening of night one of WrestleMania 38, Saturday, April 2nd. Now, let's see now. In the opening bout of the show, it was the Usos defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And midway through the match, Boogs injured his knee, after attempting to lift both of the Usos after leaving Nakamura to finish his match on his own. In the end, the Usos hit the 1D on Nakamura to retain the titles. And all I can say, that was bullshit. Really bullshit last Saturday night. A piece of bullshit. Unbelievable, man. Unfreaking believable. Way to go, Vince, Bruce, Nick, Kevin, John. You just once again, you making the Usos bulletproof SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Paper bulletproof SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Let me put it at that one right there. So way to go, you bastards. Way to fucking go, motherfuckers. Well done. All of y'all. You're desperate. I'm telling you, all of you are really desperate. I mean, I know you're gonna figure out a plan to never ever get those SmackDown Tag Team titles off of the Usos. Never. Now let me go to a next one that happened on night one on Saturday, April 2nd. That I'm really happy about. Next one had Drew McIntyre take on Happy Corbin, who was accompanied by Madcap Moss. Near the end, McIntyre became the first person to kick out at the end of days. Following this, McIntyre hit a Claymore click on Corbin to win the match. Following the match, after Madcap Moss attempted to sneak attack McIntyre, McIntyre slashed his sword to destroy the two ring ropes. And all I can say, bam. Congratulations to Drew McIntyre. He deserves that win. Someone should shut him up. Happy killed Corbin, that little Caillou looking idiot. Someone shut him up. About time someone shut him up for good. Finally. That was good. I give that a little credit. I give that credit to winning to Drew McIntyre. Now, let me guess to another one that really makes me very, very fucking angry. Very fucking angry, man. The third match was Rey Mysterio and Dominic taking on The Miz and YouTube's Logan Paul. Throughout the match, Paul would disrespect Eddie Guerrero by successfully using their Three Amigos and Frog Splash on Rey. And all I can say is that was a stupid booking for them to do that. Vince McMahon and Bruce, Kevin, Nick, and John for you to do that. And near the end, as Rey Mysterio and Dominic were about to pin Paul, The Miz tagged himself and hit Rey with the skull catching fan to win the match. Wow. Stupidest move. You know what happens next? After the match, The Miz hit Paul with a skull crushing finale. Wow. Really, Miz? Really? Like you always used to say? You mean to tell me that you and Logan Paul won the fucking match? You hit the skull crushing finale on Logan Paul? What was that all about? What kind of shit is that? Yo, I think I know exactly why, Miz. I know exactly why you did that. Because you're a sore fucking winner and you're a lousy, fucked up motherfucking egomaniac who cares about no one but your yourself. You care about no one. You're a fucking egomaniac who cares about no one but your damn self. Yeah. You use all this time, you use Logan Paul for your own ego. You're a fucking narcissist, you're an egomaniac, you're arrogant, and you think about anyone but yourself. But I'm telling you this, Miz, you're gonna get yours. You're gonna get yours. Because this is not over. Not by a long shot, man. Not by a long shot. And you're gonna go down for good. Now let me tell you a fourth one, the next one that um that makes me happy. The fourth match was the Raw Women's Championship match, which saw the defending champion Becky Lynch take on Bianca Belair at the beginning of the match. Becky hit a manhandle slam for a near fall. Becky locked in and disarmed her before Belair reached the ropes. Outside of the ring, Becky hit a man's handle slam on the stairs to get Belair counted out. But Belair got in it at last second. In the end, after trading counters, Bianca Belair hit the KOD to win the match and become the new Raw Women's Champion. Well, looks like Bianca Belair lived her dream. She really lived her dream. I mean, 1 year ago, she took the SmackDown Women's title from that blue-haired bitch, Sasha Banks, and tonight, she took the Raw Women's Champion from Big Time Bex, my girl, and my friend, someone I'm friends with on in a wrestling group, JD, who likes her as well. But Bianca Belair, she really lived her dream, just like she did at WrestleMania 37 1 year ago, defeating Sasha Banks, that blue-haired she devil. But I'm got a gut feeling. I think maybe this time Becky might go back to a baby face, or since she's now go back to go. She's not lost the Raw Women's title, and she might go back to babyface. But I don't think so, because Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, Nick Khan, John Laurinaitis might pull something. But God, I don't think this is over, because Becky really. I know Becky's gonna want her Raw Women's title back. Well, congratulations to Bianca Belair, because I like both of them. I like both Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. But they're gonna come up with something. I'm telling you. I know Becky's gonna be begging to get back her Raw Women's title back sometime in a few months. Now, let me tell you a next one that really pissed me off, that I'm not happy about. Next one is Seth Rollins coming out impatiently, waiting for his WrestleMania opponent. After a short wait, Cody Rhodes made his WWE return and made his way out to the ring. Throughout the match, which was eventually evenly contested, Rollins kicked out of the Crossroads while Cody kicked out of a pedigree. In the end, after Cody hit the Crossroads in a row, Cody hit the Bionic Elbow on the third Crossroads to win the match. Wow, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes is his name. All I can say is this. Congratulations to Cody. It wasn't that bad, but all I can say is this. Cody, I think you're a fucking world class motherfucking idiot, in my opinion. Why in the world? Why, Cody? Why? Why in the world would you go back to the Cody? Why in the world would you go back to the company that treated you and your father like shit and your brother? Why in the world would you go back to Vince McMahon who hated your father all these years? The same. I mean, about 9 years ago, you were whining and crying on the September 2nd, 2013, on my 25th birthday, that you whined how the McMahons hated the Rhodes family. In an interview, you were crying your eyes about how your father made him dress up like polka dots and all that shit, make him dance in front of the crowd, and how he hated your brother Dustin, made him put in gold paint, make him dressed up as a drag queen, RuPaul, like RuPaul. You're making a big mistake, Cody. You're an idiot, man. The reason Vince. Why in the world would you go back to Vince McMahon, the man that hated your father? The only reason why he hated your late father, because his real name was Virgil, because Virgil was the name of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase's manager. I'm telling you, Cody, you're making a big fucking mistake. And you know what? If your father was alive right now, you know what a real effed up idiot you really are for going back to that old racist senile bastard Vince McMahon. And you know what, Cody? I can say this one too. If you lose a match in WWE, don't come whining back to Nick Khan, because you're a traitor, a turncoat, and you know what this means? This means that AEW is now going to lose to WWE. Now that you're back in the back in that piece of shit company, you're going to let Vince McMahon win. You're going to let Vince McMahon beat Tony Khan now that you're back in WWE. I mean, who's now going to be the chief executive chief officer now that you're back? Because you're making a big mistake. If you lose a match, Cody, in WWE, it's going to be don't come whine, because it's going to be your own fault, because you should have thought of that before when you made the mistake coming back to that corrupt, sleazy piece of shit company, WWE. So don't come whining, okay, Cody. If you fail at winning a WWE title, if you face off against Roman Reigns, you'll fail. You'll really fail. If you face off against Roman Reigns for both titles, you'll fail completely. Because this man was already making the man bulletproof. He's bulletproof. Freaking bulletproof. You're making a big mistake, Cody. Big mistake. Now let me go to a next one. The next one that I am really not happy about. Next one, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Ronda Rousey facing off against the defending SmackDown Women's Champion, the Queen Bitch, Charlotte Flair. Royal Rumble winner, Ronda Rousey. Rousey tired to win with the armbar and ankle lock, but Charlotte escaped. Rousey hit Piper's Pit and got a 3 count, but the referee called it off due to Charlotte's foot being on the bottom rope. Charlotte locked in the figure at 8, but Rousey escaped. Charlotte accidentally hit a spear on the referee. Rousey locked it in the armbar, making Charlotte tap out. After a new referee was instated, Charlotte hit the big boot on Rousey to retain the title. wow, that was. I mean, I gotta say this: Ronda Rousey really got cheated. She really got screwed over last Saturday. I mean, Ronda had that match won. She really had that match won. But once again, Queen Bitch steals the fucking shark, steals the spotlight once again, and she's buried, just buried Ronda Rousey. So I can say this: way to go, Vince, Bruce, Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, Nick Khan, John Laryngitis, letting this blonde haired bitch get her moment once again. Way to go. You really are making Charlotte Flair a paper fucking women's SmackDown. You guys are really making Charlotte a women's a paper bulletproof SmackDown Women's Champion. You will never ever let Charlotte drop that title. Never. That egotistical blonde haired Barbie doll motherfucker bitch. You know what, Charlotte? I can tell you this. I figured out why you retained last Saturday night at WrestleMania 38. I want to know why you did. You don't want to know why? I tell you, no, I know exactly why you retained. The reason why, the only reason why you retained your SmackDown Women's title is because you, Charlotte, don't want to end up what happened to your father, Ric Flair, 20 years ago at WrestleMania 8 when he lost the WWE title against the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah! In 1992. I hate you, Charlotte. I really hate you. You're overrated as fuck. One of these days, Charlotte, you will lose that SmackDown Women's title. But I know you're gonna come up with something, aren't you? You're gonna go over to whine to Vince, whine to Bruce, whine to Kevin, whine to Nick, whine to John, and get everything handed to you on a fucking silver platter. You'll regret this, Charlotte. You will really, really regret this. Yeah, that's a well-known fact. What I just said while you were watching this video. She doesn't. Charlotte does not want to lose her SmackDown Women's title because she doesn't want to do the same thing that same thing that happened to her father at WrestleMania 8 when he lost the WWE title to the Macho Man Randy Savage. That's a well-known fact. I know all of you agree that are watching this video. Now let me tell you next one that that's really terrible. The main event, the Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens comes out for his talk show where he would interview the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin. After Owens challenged Austin to a match in a no holds barred match, Austin accepted, making his first match since 2003. In the middle of the match, Austin kicked out of a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner, after Owens accidentally hit himself in the head with a steel chair due to it bouncing off the ring ropes when Austin ducked. And then Austin hit a stunner on Owens to win the match. After which he celebrated, giving one more stunner to Owens, which was escorted out by Texas State Police. Austin proceeded to give a stunner to commentator Brian Braxton, celebrated with his brother due to a closeout WrestleMania Saturday. And then I saw Stephanie and y'all say that Kevin Owens got what he deserved. All I can say that segment was really fucking terrible in my opinion. Really terrible. Kevin Owens mocking Stone Cold and all that crap. I mean, that's just silly and stupid and crazy, in my opinion. The next one I see Stephanie McMahon, who's not one of my favorites. In the event she introduced the new member of the Raw roster, Gable Stevens. What's his name? Gable Stevenson. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Gable Stevenson. But I don't think WWE. I don't think he can trust WWE because they'll never make him a champion. Never. Because they don't. WWE really don't care about him at all. Really don't care. No one can trust WWE. I'm telling you, because the company is a monster. It's corrupt. I mean, the company is like this turn. I mean, the show is turning into a variety show now. I mean, WWE is really insulting my intelligence. Really, it just really is. You know what? All I can say is I'm really glad I watched. I'm really glad that all the Hall of Famers. I saw all the Hall of Fame. I saw WrestleMania 30. All Hall of Famers that were inducted. The Steiner brothers, um, Vader's family, Shad Gaspard's family. I even saw I saw the Undertaker come out of the ring, and obviously Charmel, Booker T's wife, come out there. But here's something that I've heard from this from Bleach from what I just heard on the internet. I heard that Noelle Foley, the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley, said this is what she said. She said that the Undertaker did not mention Mick Foley in his speech last Friday. Why, Vince? Why did you not let the Undertaker mention Mick Foley at his speech? Because you hate him. That's why you don't let Undertaker mention Mick Foley in his speech. It's really stupid. Really stupid for you not to let him do that. Man, you're desperate. Really desperate. Now let me go to now. I'm gonna go to night 2. Let's go to night 2, shall we? Last night 2. In the opening of the show, I saw the most gorgeous country singer opening the show with America the Beautiful, Jesse James Decker. And she sang America Beautiful. She's really gorgeous. I mean what I can say is the fireworks were good. Yeah, they were okay. The fireworks were amazing. It wasn't that bad at all. And now let me tell you what I saw in the opening of the show in night 2. RK Bro defending the Raw Women's Randy Orton and Matt Riddle defending the Raw Tag Team titles against the Street Profits and Alpha Academy in a triple threat tag team match. Randy RK Bro won. And after the match was over, the Street Profits entered the ring trying to get trying to give RK Bro a little toast. I suspected that they would turn. I was expected a heel turn from the Street Profits, but it didn't happen. They had to call out Gable Stevenson to the ring. They call out Gable Stevenson to the ring to celebrate a little toast with him. But what happens then? I saw that piece of garbage Chad Gable jump in the ring, and he try to attack Gable Stevenson. And for good measure, Gable Stevenson beat him up, tossed him out of the ring. I bet you sometime like in a few months down the road, the Street Profits might probably turn heel on Arcade Radio, Arcade Bro, on Arcade Bro. Yeah, probably they might see, just might see. Now let me go to a next one that I am not happy about. I saw the returning Bobby Lashley facing off against Omos, and who wins? Bam, Bobby Lashley. I'm not happy about that. Not happy. Way to go, Vince. Way to go, Vince. Way to go, man. Vince, Bruce, Kevin, Nick, John. You just let this Wayne Brady looking motherfucker bury Omos. Everybody knows that Omos is the most strongest person in the WWE, but you just had to let this Bobby Lashley, this Wayne Brady looking moron motherfucker bury him last night. I know, but you know what, Vince? I know sometime soon you're gonna release him. We all know you're gonna release him. All know you're gonna release Omos sometime, probably something in probably down next year or maybe sometime this year. Way to go, Vince. Letting Bobby Lashley bury Omos. Unbelievable. Way to go, letting him get buried by Bobby. Way to go, letting Omos get buried by Bobby Lashley. Doesn't make any sense. Now let me go to a next one that makes me happy. Sami Zayn, the idiot, the Seth Rogen looking moron, facing off against Jackass's Johnny Knoxville in an Anything Goes match. And what's with all the mouse traps and all that stuff, man? I mean, I give that credit. I give that credit. I mean, I'm really glad Johnny Knoxville finally shut Sami Zayn's mouth once and for all last night Saturday at night 2 of WrestleMania 38. All the mouse traps. I saw all of Johnny Knoxville's friends and co-stars in there. I mean, that was okay. I give that credit. I mean, I give that credit. That was okay. No, Anything Goes match. I give that credit. That's okay. Now, I'm gonna go to a next one that I'm ticked off about. I don't like the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team Title match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Sasha Banks and Naomi facing off against Queen Zelina, Carmella, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan against Natty and Shayna Baszler. Now I saw how nice and gorgeous and sexy Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan came out. They were wearing they were dressed up like Catwoman. That's something like I think that's something like more resemblance to Michelle Pfeiffer, or probably to Michelle Pfeiffer who played Catwoman, or maybe probably Halle Berry who played Catwoman. Now let me tell you who won this match. Sasha Banks and Naomi. You know what? I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy that there's SmackDown. I mean that they're the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, because it should have been Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. I mean, look at Naomi, Sasha and Naomi. I mean, they're old. They're old news. I mean, this is 2022, not 2015. It's not. I mean, Team Bad. This isn't Team Bad no more. This is the present, not the past. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. Sorry, that was my little um phone little ringing tone you just heard. And as I was saying, um, it was terrible. I mean, I rather see. I mean, I do not like this at all. I do not. If it's since now Sasha Banks and Naomi are the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, I do not trust them because I know Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, People Power, Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, Nick Khan, and People Power John Laryngitis might gonna come up with something to make them heels. Go back at heels once again. See, that's why the women's division in WWE is bullshit. Because I like AEW's women's division better. Because they're gonna, we all know they're gonna make them back heels. Team Bad, team. I don't like this little Team Bad reunion. Unity. I'd rather see Naomi tag team with Cameron, not with that blind blue haired pixie devil bitch, she devil, Sasha Banks. We all know we have watch. We no one cannot trust. They're gonna make them. I mean, somewhere down the road, they're gonna make Sasha Banks and Naomi egotistical heels, like they were before when they were Team Bad. I mean, it was just it was terrible. I mean, I really feel that this is. I mean, Vince McMahon does not give a shit about Rhea Ripley. He doesn't give a shit about Liv Morgan. I mean, they should have Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan should have won. I'm telling you, the women's division in WWE is BS, complete bull. Now let me tell you what was really um one of the best moments I ever saw in wrestling in WWE. Triple H retiring, announcing he's retiring, telling the fans thank you. That was really good. It was a really good speech he did. He put his boot on the in the ring as a tribute to the 27 years he's done in WWE. 27 years. All I can say is this: thank you, Mr. Gang, for 27 years in WWE. Thank you for all you done. We'll never forget all you done in WWE, Mr. Levesque. Your days as the Connecticut Blue Blood, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, DX with Shawn Michaels, not to mention you becoming the Gang, not to mention you creating Evolution with Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Batista in the WWE's Ruthless Aggression era. Thank you, Triple H, for 27 years. Thank you for all you've done. But you know what, Triple H? Vince is killing your product, your NXT product. He's damaging it, man. You're the reason. He's the reason why you're having heart problems. If you would have never took over your NXT product, you wouldn't have any heart problems. So thank you, Triple H, for 27 years. Thank you. Enjoy your retirement. Have a good retirement, man. Thank you. Now let me tell you something that I'm not too a little distraught about. The match: Edge, WWE Hall of Famer Edge versus AJ Styles, and who wins? Edge. And so way to go. Well done, Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, Nick Khan, John Laryngitis. You let Edge bury AJ Styles. But who did I see when I went on at ringside? Damian Priest. Damian Priest. And I saw them staying face to face in the ring. And this means that they're forming an alliance. They're both smiling. But you know what? I think I saw. But what happened was this: Damian Priest interfered and cost AJ the match, and Edge won. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? So that means since Edge and Damian Priest are working together, that means we're doomed. I don't know. Vince McMahon might probably make them make Edge and Damian Priest Raw tag team champions or something. I bet you Vince McMahon would never let Edge stay retired. Never. He's just gonna let him come out semi-retirement. That's why no one is not watching this bullshit no more. Nobody is watching WWE. It's just unbelievable. And let me let's see what next one. Next one is a tag team match. The New Day facing off against Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch, formerly named Pete Dunne. And who wins? Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Wow. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Way to go, boys. Way to go. The New Day is buried by Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Vince McMahon, you are a racist, bigoted, narcissistic, old piece of shit. Why? Why do that to the New Day? They have never had their WrestleMania moment. They have never won a WrestleMania match. Because that shows you that you're a bigot. A fucking bigot. You never had let the New Day have their WrestleMania moment. Never. Because you don't give a damn about no one but yourself. You make me sick, man. You really make me sick, Vince. Now let me go next to a next one that I'm that's really stupid. Next Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. And who's standing by ringside? Oh yeah, the chairman of World's Worst Wrestling Entertainment, Vince McMahon. Yeah, the old racist bigoted piece of shit Vince. Sitting by ringside watching the match between Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. You know, I was thinking that he was going to try to screw Pat McAfee, but it didn't happen. Remember the 1997 Montreal Screwjob? Well, when he screwed Brett out of the WWE title at WrestleMania at Survivor Series '97. I thought we were going to witness an Arlington screw job. I thought Vince McMahon was going to tell the referee to ring the bell and let Pat McAfee get screwed by Austin Theory. I was going to be thinking that Vince McMahon didn't screw Pat, but Pat screwed Pat. Just like Vince McMahon didn't screw Brett, but Brett screwed Brett. But it's a good thing. I'm glad Pat McAfee finally shut Austin Theory the fuck up. And what happens next? I see something really stupid. Really stupid. Vince McMahon wants to face Pat McAfee decided to face Mr. McMahon in a singles match. Austin Theory interferes in the ring, and Vince McMahon gets the win. That was really stupid. I'm really glad that Michael Cole was defending Pat McAfee. Really stupid book in my opinion. But let me tell you what makes me happy. Who comes out? Who comes out? Who comes out? Let me tell you who comes out. Who comes out? Bam. The Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, the man that Vince McMahon hates in real life. whose guts he hates. The history between them and the Attitude Era, Vince and Stone Cold. 1997. I'm really glad that Stone Cold stunned Austin. I'm really glad weapons. Vince McMahon and Stone Cold share a toast, and bam, Stone Cold stuns Vince, just like he did in 1997, and he deserved it. And then I see Stone Cold and Pat McAfee share a little toast. Bam, Stone Cold gives Pat McAfee the stunner. Man, that was showed that. It really made me happy. It really made me happy. I'm really glad that Vince McMahon deserved that stunner. He just really deserved it. Now, let me go on to finally the main event that I'm gonna have I'm really angry about. The main event, the winner takes all match to unify the WWE Championship and the Universal title. Who wins? Who happens? Who has who has both titles now? Of course, the piece of shit tribal chief, Roman fucking Reigns. Way to go, Vince. Done it again. You done it again. What is up with you making this man bulletproof? Why in the world are you making this tribal chief asshole bulletproof? That means that you will never, ever, ever make him take away both tiles away from him. Never, because you're gonna come up with something now. You're gonna make this man a bulletproof champion, bulletproof like he was before, a bulletproof paper champion with both titles: the WWE title, the World Wrestling Entertainment title, and the Universal title. Really, Vince? You seem to forget that Brock Lesnar had his moment at WrestleMania 19 years ago. And now you want to do this to him over this bastard, this tribal chief bastard, Roman Reigns? Man, you really pissed on the show last night, Vince. You really pissed on the show. This was a terrible. This was I mean, WrestleMania 30 was okay, but it's not. But it's a little bit okay. This is really, really the worst pay per view I ever watched. WrestleMania 38 should be called the most stupidest 2-night event in WWE history because it says the most stupendous 2-night event in WWE history. Roman, you're gonna regret this, man. You're really gonna regret this. You, Paul Heyman, you along with Paul Heyman and the Usos. And Vince, you will never ever gonna look. You're losing touch, Vince. You're really desperate. Your company, you should be locked up, Vince. You should be locked up right now for corruption because you're making Roman Reigns a bulletproof paper champion. This is really bad treatment what you're doing, Vince. And I'm tired of it. So you don't know how to build superstars at all, Vince. You don't know. You're losing your touch. You're afraid of AEW, aren't you? It's really stupid for Cody Rhodes to go back to you, to sign your soul, to sell his soul to you. After all the shit that you did to his son, did to his father and his brother. Unbelievable. This is terrible. This is you're unbelievable, Vince. You know that. You know what? This is not the company that I've been watching for 20 years, man. This is not the company. I'm really glad. Last Friday I was watching. I turned off. I watched Rampage. Now I'm watching these other two events: Ring of Honor, Super Card of Honor, and Impact Wrestling's Multiverse of matches. They did really good, but WWE don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. It was just terrible. It was just terrible, terrible. I mean, SmackDown wasn't that good. I mean, I really last night. I mean, when I was on the internet, I really loved Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, and also love AEW Rampage last Friday, and I also love Impact Wrestling's Multiverse of Matches. But WWE SmackDown last Friday night, terrible. Hated that. You're losing your touch, Vince, very soon. WWE, your company will go down the river. You really got everyone fooled. You really got everyone's manipulated. You got everyone manipulated that WWE is the best thing, but it's not. I mean, your company is turning into a comedy special right now. A fucking comedy special. I mean, you already beat WCW, you beat ECW, you beat AWA, Jim Crockett, but you'll lose, Vince. Nobody's watching your company, your product no more. See, all these other products they are doing good right now. It's Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor is doing good, AEW is doing good, Impact Wrestling is doing good, even New Japan Wrestling is doing good, even Combat Zone Wrestling is doing good, GCW is doing good, everything's doing good. They're gonna beat you, Vince, just like all the other wrestling promotions that you beat in the past. And what goes around comes around. If your father, you're destroying a legacy, Vince, a legacy that your father created since 1952 or 1953. Not only your father, the legacy of promotion that your father created since 1953 to 1952. I'm sorry, 1952 to 1953. Not only your father, your grandfather was called CWC, but then, but in later would be called it would be changed to WWF Worldwide Wrestling Federation, owned by your late father, Vince Senior. Yeah, Vince Senior. You're destroying. You're destroying a product that your father created since 1963, but originally began in 1952 or 53 when it was owned by your grandfather, Jess McMahon. You're going down, Vince McMahon. I'm glad that Samoa. I know what makes me happy. I saw Samoa Joe join Ring of Honor, making an appearance at Ring of Honor, and now he's joining AEW. He's officially in AEW right now, and all those other. You know who else was there too? Tony Storm, who you just released. Yeah, all those people that you just released from your company are now with AEW. Samoa Joe and Tony Storm. So how do you think about that, Vinnie Mac? You old senile racist bigoted bastard. What do you think about that, Vince? I'm pretty sure Tony Khan will come up with something, but you won't, because you're losing your touch. I mean, I don't know what is wrong with you. I don't know what's going on inside your head, and you had everyone fooled thinking that the Undertaker would face Seth Rollins, or maybe your son Shane will face Seth Rollins, but who was it? Cody Rhodes. The same man that you hated, who's that hated your the same man that you screwed over because you hate his father and his brother. You're gonna lose the war, Vince, very soon. AEW is gonna be moving sometime down a couple of years ago. AEW might move to Monday night, move to Mondays. It'll be called AEW Monday Night Dynamite. That's gonna beat you to punch, just like WCW Nitro beat you to punch. Tony Khan's gonna kick you right to the curb, just like Eric Bischoff and Ted Turner kicked your ass in the curb in 1996. Because everyone had to stop watching your product in 1996 when it was called the World Wrestling Federation. Yep, WCW had high ratings while your ratings went low because you had everyone, all these wrestlers do. Yeah, you see, it's becoming just like a variety show, just like in 1990 you did in 1996 when you had all these you had Glenn Jacobs do Kevin Nash's gimmick, Diesel. You even had the late Rick Bogner dressed up as the late Scott Hall's character, Razor Ramon. Yep, it's gonna beat you, Vince. Because this is not the company I've been watching over for the last 30 fucking years. Since 1992, I've been a real WWE fan. And look how it is now. All I say that WrestleMania, SuckleMania 38 was terrible. All I say was it was the best and worst. But SuckleMania 38 was not good to me. Not that good. But I can say it was the best and worst. I'm no, I mean, for all of you who are watching this video, I'm glad that some of you had to watch the Grammys last night instead of this shit. I'm really glad that all of you watched the Grammys on CBS last night instead of Night 2 of WrestleMania 38. No, I really can't wait for AEW Revolution over the next pay-per-view. AEW I think it's coming in April, I think. Trying to figure out what's the next pay-per-view for AEW for this year, and I think it was either April or who knows? Who knows? I mean, well, let me see. Pay-per-view event 2022. April. Yeah, wait, Double or Nothing, May 29th, 2022. I can't wait for that. Double or Nothing. I'm glad I'm gonna watch that instead of all your other pay-per-views because they were good. But the next pay-per-view gonna come was called SuckleMania Backlash, which is May 8th. Y'all know it's gonna be terrible. You're desperate, Vince. You're really desperate. The Hall of Fame was a little bit wasn't that a little bit not that good, and WrestleMania 38 wasn't that good to me. It was the best and worst. Tony Khan's gonna come knocking down your door one of these days, Vince. Wait until some down the road, you will lose. What about this, Vince? What if Shane McMahon? What if Tony Khan, who runs AW, had your son Shane McMahon as the new chief, um, executive chief officer of AEW, since Cody Rhodes, who's now with you, back in WWE, made who's now with you now, Cody Rhodes. I bet that's gonna beat you right to the curve, Vince. If Shane McMahon became the chief executive chief officer of AEW to replace Cody Rhodes, since he's now back in WWE, which is stupid on his part. You're not gonna get away with this, Vince. We all know that you're gonna beat AEW. We all know you're gonna pull some streets to get to beat AEW. You can fool a lot of these fans, but you're not fooling me. You all know you're gonna beat AEW to the punch. But sometime down the road, you're gonna have yours. I hope you get arrested, locked up, and punished. You should be in. I mean, Owen Hart. I mean, you killed Owen. You're the reason Owen Hart's dead, and you're the reason why your father's dead. I bet you're the reason why that Chris Benoit died. I bet you, because you had to do that little because you had every. I mean, you should. I mean, you should have been locked up a long time ago, Vince. When you do that little limo scene, the limo explosion scene, you had everyone fooled that you got killed in an explosion. You should be locked up for deception. You in that little explosion storyline you did back in 2007. That was a really stupid storyline you did. But no, but you had to do do Chris Benoit. Very soon. I cannot wait for. I really can't wait for the AEW's Double or Nothing. You know what's gonna happen, Vince? You're gonna go down. You're a scum. You're a piece of shit, Vince. Scum of the earth. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I'm the Soul Man, Justin Lewis Fleming, and I approve this message. All of you have a good morning, because I know it's midnight right now. I'm gonna go to sleep. Peace. I'm out of here. Good night. Go to hell, WWE. Just go to hell.